Welcome to the Spilled Ink and Coffee Show, where we take book discussions to a new level. We don't just read books, we interview them, journal about them, sip coffee, spill thoughts, and explore stories on and off the page. Grab a cup and get cozy, because every book deserves a great conversation.
We're welcoming the new year the only way we know how, coffee in hand and stories on our minds. Episode 24 dives into cozy inns, enchanted greenhouses, dark roads, mischievous elders, soul deep love, and lives that refuse to be forgotten.
So this is probably our Happy New Year episode.
Happy New Year.
Can you imagine?
Heck yeah.
And we're probably going to be wrapping up our journals, maybe this December journal. I'm not sure. But I'm going to pass you this one.
Oh, yay.
So you can see my tabbies.
I was going to show this to my sister-in-law tonight.
It's perfect. Good. I'm glad. That's why I was at first. I was like, But I just passed Rachel the Road, and it's the graphic novel by Manu Larsenet. Listen, Manu, I'm sorry I didn't pronounce your last name correctly, but you're a fabulous artist and storyteller. Thank you for retelling this as a graphic novel. I did do a review. We'll probably get to it in today's episode. However, my heart broke at the end so hard.
Yeah. That's the ending I ruined for my brother. I can't believe that.
Well, here's the thing, because I didn't actually read the story with the text, right? So I don't know what the actual words were, because I'm looking at it from a picture, from an artist's point of view. And I don't know if the ending even needed words. They probably could have put the same picture at the end of the novel that you were reading.
Yeah.
To know how it ends.
Yeah.
I don't know how you put that image into words. And I don't know how I don't know how he was able to take the words and put it into the image either. It just fascinated me. Since we're talking about it, I might as well just go to that review.
Yeah, just go. We're here. We're talking about it.
Because Rachel is smiling and heavy-hearting this whole flip of the book at the same time. So I read this December, The Road. The author is Cormac McCarthy, but the artist that redid the story is Manu Larsenet. Again, I apologize. It's a physical book, graphic novel by Abrams Comic Art. My favorite character was the dad. I mean, I really had to search. There were a couple people in this that I was like, you know what? I did like the characters, but I mean, overall, the dad was the one that I really felt great with.
Yeah.
I got this at an independent bookstore in upstate New York, in Norwich, New York. And I really think reading all the author's notes is fascinating to me. How I had to get, you always need permission from an author to read you something, and how he took this on.
Yeah, that to me is very interesting.
I gave it, as far as the rating, a question mark and mixed feelings. I mean, it's 5 stars for sure, the art and the storytelling part of it. But my heart is so sigh heavy.
It's a heavy story.
I don't
for sure.
know. It's a 5-star story. It is a 5-star story, but I didn't want the ending to be the ending.
Yeah, I know.
But the reality is, it is what it is. It's a post-apocalyptic world, and people are trying to survive. And Dad's trying to teach his very innocent son how to navigate all of the terrors of humanity and what people do to survive during a time like this, as they try and get to the South where it's warmer and things are supposed to be better. So it is a little reminiscent of The Walking Dead. If I can see that. That's how I, minus the zombie part. However, the zombies and humanity in this book, I mean, just animals. they're just animals. Like I couldn't discern the two really. The people in this book, you know, the bad guys, as the little boy would say,
Yeah.
they might as well have been the zombies eating people. But it is the journey between father and son and what they encounter.
Yeah, that's an interesting observation, just because I think that says something about humanity. I mean,
We haven't evolved enough, in my opinion. I think we can be better. I always tell people, especially my students, just be better. Try and be better than the next person.
yeah, and this is definitely
The art is masterful. It's very emotional.
it's
a lot of details. I wish that the pages were numbered. So
Oh, yeah.
when I'm referencing an art piece,
Yeah.
that people could go back and see what it is that I'm talking about. I think that was just one little misstep in the publishing part. I enjoyed that anything that had a logo on it had like a subtle coloring. So like if it was a soda pop can or the matches, or food, things that were more important for survival,
right.
the author actually gave a little bit of color to, which
I see
gave
what
me
you're saying, yeah.
a little bit of hope. That's what I thought.
Wow.
But most of this is in black and white, maybe some shades of red. I was how brave that the woman who left a note did what her husband could not do for them in taking her life and her child's life, because the alternative is horrific. Like that was really like, whoa. A quote, always expect trouble. Like what a way to live, right? Another quote, you forget what you want to remember and you remember what you want to forget. And a little conversation between dad and son, are we going to die? And he's like, at some point. And it's true. We're all going to, but how? And in this particular book, I felt like you could control how. You can either let yourself fight and some, and maybe die alone in the coldness. That's a choice. You could pull the trigger if you found one to pull, or you let yourself be consumed by the horrible humans and what they're doing. And honestly, I would have stayed in the luxury bunker. I quote my fingers.
Yeah. I always thought the same thing.
It's like, why? Why could we have not kept that hidden? Even though they found it, I don't think if you did it right, they would never have found you in the luxury bunker. And that the ending will haunt me forever. Because they gave me an image.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful image at the end. I mean, honestly, I am enthralled flipping through.
Great vocabulary word.
Having, now it's been 15 years since I've read the book.
Now, Rachel read this in tandem with her brother many years ago.
Yes, and spoiled the ending for my brother because I thought he had already finished.
What an ending. When you told me this story originally, I was like, oh, okay, well, sometimes it's not this is what an ending.
Yeah, I ruined that for him epically, so go me. This is just makes me want to go reread the book again.
It makes me not want to read the book, except for maybe the last chapter. I actually think I would just read the last chapter to see if my own mind, even though I saw the imagery already here, if my own mind would construct something different.
I remember kind of getting, not lost, but like get there already. Like probably about halfway through the book. Like come on. Let's but I think that's the whole point. You're on the road. It's the journey, and and then the ending is like, a punch in the face.
It is a huge punch in the face.
So,
Because I really had hope. I was like, wow, they're going to cross and then they're going to see the blue ocean, which is not blue, and that they're going to get to the sunshine and they're going to make it. And
Did you, I was curious, have you looked, are there, Cormac, this is, to me,
You guys want a little bit more coffee?
I'll take some more.
I'm okay at the moment.
Cormac McCarthy has a very distinctive writing style, and to me, like, this book, The Road, was so different than anything he's written before. Have you looked to see if there's any other graphic novels of any of his stuff?
No, let's take a quick look.
Like all the Pretty Horses is always one of my favorites that he, I think just because we dissected that to heck in college, but but like No Country for Old Men is different too.
All right. Well, I do not see that that one is, but let me just type in his name. I like how everything's always auto-spelled. And as we talk about this book, it's Christmas Eve. For everybody else, this is their New
Happy
Year's.
holidays.
Their New Year's episode. Like, where did we line this one up?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. As of right now, it is only this book.
This book, interesting.
Yes. And a lot of people have said that this is, the graphic novel of the year. I don't know when this one was published, though.
I don't know either. The Road won the Pulitzer by Cormac McCarthy.
Well, this should win an art award. Let's see. When was the graphic novel? Was released September 17th of 2024.
Oh, okay.
Following its French release in March. Oh, so maybe Manu is French? I don't know. I forgot already.
Manu Larson.
That's how I would go with that.
Larson.
So, yeah. He did say he wanted to draw this book specifically and got the permission to do so. So I can't wait for you to come back and tell me what you and your sister-in-law.
I'm interested. I would be interested. I would have to do some research on who gave him the permission, because this was published in 2024. Cormac McCarthy died in 22.
Yes, so I know this
Like
part.
right after.
He got the permission from the author, now that we mentioned this. And I'm
Okay.
pretty sure he tells you that in his last page.
Oh.
There's the last page, it says, it was his dying.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what it says in there, is that he got the permission from the author before he passed away. Because it's taken him that long to draw.
Wow. Okay.
It's wild. So yeah, friends, The Road,
Wow.
Happy times.
I think I was really quiet through all of that because I was just so... The art is unbelievable in this. Like, really unbelievable. Yeah.
It is. So friends, pick it up if you don't want to read the actual novel, but it's going to get you either way. You're okay.
Took time to come here and to say
You're perfect.
How do you say that last name?
Larsenet.
Lasnet.
Lassonet.
It's French, so
right?
Manu Larsenet.
Yeah, it says in the front he's French.
Okay.
We don't say
Manu.
Larsenet. We said Manu Larsenet.
Lassunet.
I'm just going to let you guys do
Manu
that.
Lassunet.
A beautiful French illustrator.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
He's French. It's like it's a graphic novel of a book.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's amazing. His art was mind-blowing.
Yeah, it's amazing. This is one of my favorite books that I read, and now I didn't know there was a graphic novel, and he did the graphic novel of the book.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know. Who knew?
Larsenet.
Magnifique. Did I say it right?
Magnifique.
Magnifique. I love it. All right, we're moving over to Rachel's book here.
Well, okay, so here's a question. Before we dive into mine, do we want to do our tandems?
We can do our tandems. I mean, they're going to be fun and happy tandems. Let's go to those.
So which one do you want to do? An elderly lady must not be crossed?
That sounds perfect.
Okay.
So this is the little companion book after the elderly lady is up to no good. And an elderly lady must not be crossed by...
Helene Tursten.
I'm glad that you said that.
It is a translation. It was originally written in Swedish.
Oh, I actually had a question for you on this one. Do I get to color in Africa on my map? Because
I did.
It was half in Africa.
I colored in South Africa.
Woohoo! Yay!
Yeah, I thought there was enough of the book that took place in South Africa to justify that.
Yay! Now I gotta go and find that in my book. All right. We both read the physical book, right?
Yeah, because we passed it back and forth. I bought this at Rizzoli's in an independent bookstore in New York City for Casey.
Thank you, Rizzoli's.
And then passed it on to you.
Shout out to Rizzoli's.
Yes, it's a cute little book. It's 255 pages, but it's a little book.
Oh, I must have wrote, oh my gosh, I wrote a lot because I had to write in a...
Is that for that or for the Santaland Diaries?
Oh no, this is for the elderly lady.
Oh,
I
you
wrote,
had thoughts.
I had a lot of thoughts, and I wrote another note in my thing that says something... Oh gosh, yes, I had a lot of thoughts.
Okay, so you had more thoughts than me. So what were your thoughts on this one?
Well, what genre would you put this in? I put it in thriller.
I put it in a thriller/mystery.
Okay. And Soho is the publisher favorite character.
It's always going to be Maud.
100%. It's still Maud. And then I keep, like, this one blows my mind that it's a translation.
Yeah.
And Marlene Delargy is the thing. I did review the cover of the book. I thought the cover on the book was too dark, and I couldn't see the red type.
Oh, okay.
That was just my opinion on it. When I looked at it for realsies in real life, I mean,
it is darker than what I printed out.
Right, and I think it is that way in the book, too. I would have just fixed that up. And then I remember I had to ask you, was Coal or Coke?
Coke is coal. It's a thing.
Okay, so let's just review that with everybody. That even though it says Coke, it's coal.
That's what it's a type.
type.
Coke is Coke. Like it's a type of. It's something that's made from coal that's used in buildings to heat the building. So yeah, it's Coke. But it's
just so when people read it, like me, and then we raise our hand. Because I will fact check things on Google, but I don't always trust it.
Oh, okay.
So I need to.
Yeah, no, that's not.
That's not an AI.
That is.
I need to ask a HI if that's for real. So yeah, I had a lot of thoughts.
What were your thoughts?
Okay, so my first thoughts were.
You gave it a lot of coffee cups.
I did give it because we finally got to know the catalyst for Maud's ability to flawlessly act situations into her favor. And you feel deeply for her sister Charlotte and holy harsh dad. I don't know where to begin. I just hope that this is not the end of these little books because I almost felt like she closed this out.
Yeah, I want to know more about her time. Well, actually, what I'm very curious about is because, I don't know how much I'm giving away, so skip ahead 15 seconds. At the end of the book, she decides to spend, half the year in South Africa. And she talks about when she's visiting South Africa, the last time I was here. I would love to know what the connection is to South Africa. Like, that's what I think should be the next book is why does she have such a connection to this country? Like, what happened the last time she was here?
I wonder what they would title that one. Up to
know.
no good, must not be crossed. We got to find another little thing.
Yeah.
But yes, I just felt like the book had an ending and I don't want it to.
Yes.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
So I honestly thought, and again, guys, if you don't want the spoilers, then don't listen to it. But just listen to it anyway and just go back and read it because whatever we talk about, it's not going to be the same as actually reading these books. We're never going to be able to do that any kind of justice. I thought for sure Charlotte, the sister, was going to die via her high doses of sleeping meds. Like, I'm not going to, it says, I won't tell you how she actually died, but she was on such a high dose of sleeping medication.
Yeah.
And I was like, how is she even still alive?
Yeah.
Like,
There
how?
was, yeah.
And then after hearing Maud's life, I was surprised how she kept her wits. By age 50, she's questioning the direction of her life, which I think is normal. I think that's a true thing. We do that in that time period. I mean, I can relate, although I'm not going to go around murdering people.
Yeah.
But it did take me a minute to get into the rhythm of the flashbacks in the airplane.
Yes, I would agree with that one. Yeah, that was, I had to, I mean, I get it. Like there were conversations or things on the airplane that were, you know, triggering her memories and things like that. But that took me a minute to understand that that's how this was all connected.
I love Elsa, Maud's friend. I was doubting that other than that she was a housekeeper, like she had no one she cared for other than this housekeeper. Like, truly.
Well, there was the...
I mean, that was the first time I think that you saw that she cared for somebody. I think is probably more what I want to say.
And then the neighbor downstairs, the seamstress.
Yes.
With the son.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then later in South Africa, obviously you see the big heart that she has. I enjoyed this even more because it was still at Christmas. The first one took place during the Christmas time. This one is taking place during Christmas time. And as I'm thinking about everything in my mind, and I'm just like, okay, I'm remembering all the things now that were happening in this book.
So I actually liked the first one better. And my reason was, I mean, I enjoyed this book a lot. I felt like all of the murders, killings in the first book were justified. I mean, I'm not justifying murder. That's not what I mean. But like there was
the writer justified
a righteous reason for it. Please no, I'm just not justifying.
No, we're just saying that the author
but like, okay,
made
yeah,
the connection.
This is righteous in what she's doing. And then in this one, there was one. I think there were two of the murders that I was like, ooh, that feels like not justified. Like I feel like we're putting a stretch out on this one. Yeah. So
there was a stretch out on it, you know. That's why I felt like it was the last coup de grace because she got away with it.
Well, no, not I mean, the stuff that happened in South Africa, I was fully behind. That was
okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was there was something that happened at the school she worked at.
Oh yeah.
And
that's the scene that was playing in my head.
I didn't like that one.
First of all, what the hell is she doing up on a roof? That is for me implausible. That this 50-year-old woman, because being 51, Rachel, I am not getting my ass up on no snowy roof.
Yeah, that was probably the only I didn't feel like I felt in the first one they all had justification. Again, not that there's justification for murder, but for this one there were two murders that I was like, that feels really murdery.
It's the best word, murdery. And this is, again, it's holiday times. It's a holiday book, and we're talking about all the fun holiday cheer.
All the murders.
But page 150 made me think, and you guys are going to have to go read this book and go to that I can't imagine my life without Rachel. Hugs and kisses.
Because that's when she, yes, I know what you're talking about. When the downstairs neighbor passes away of natural causes.
Yes.
That she doesn't have anybody to have coffee with anymore and talk over life.
Yes. So be grateful for that bestie, guys. Just be grateful. So yeah, I wrote
here.
Now in Africa on holiday, it's a lot.
There's a lot.
And that's where we're talking about the flashbacks in my brain. Hey guys, does the power of life elixir really exist?
Right? Because clearly it helped the guy with cancer. It helped the 89-year-old do something I didn't think 89-year-olds could do. Like,
I'm shaking my head, yes.
yeah, and like, wow.
Do we need to go to Africa and get this elixir? I just want anybody to know, by the last 50 pages, I think I understood her a lot. But I wrote evangelist, Maud, evangelist, question mark, hero, question mark, murderer, question mark. Yeah.
I think she's all of those.
It's like, oh my gosh.
And I think that's why you like her so much.
She's the old lady Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
If you could just make her Judge Dredd.
She really is.
Jury, judge, executioner.
I think what I liked about this book is that we did get a lot of that backstory that we didn't get in the first one. Like we got the stuff with her sister and her parents. That was, and I do really appreciate that in all situations she can revert to senile old lady to get out of everything, and that is so impressive.
She knows how to work the assets.
Yeah,
for sure. Do you have any quotes?
I have two quotes. One is, sometimes a person has to do certain things in order to survive the hard life of a single woman with a heavy burden of responsibility to bear.
Wow. You picked an intense quote.
Yeah. And then Maud had automatically reverted to her best defense, the confused old lady. Those are my two quotes.
Which I'm going to remember this tactic for the future for sure. I have one quote. She's the sweetest person you could ever wish to meet, he said, blowing a kiss. I think in this one, it just felt like everything kind of came full circle, and then I hope it's not the end, and I'm going to miss her heart that she's a teacher. Like,
yeah, I really hope that that this isn't the end. I hope there's another one.
Oh, I did have a bunch more quotes.
What else? What? Give me some of your quotes.
Maud loved teaching and the school environment, the smell of chalk and the cleaner of the linoleum floors in the classroom filled her with a sense of calm. You know what? If you're ever were a brick and mortar teacher and you remember those days, I think we liked that because it was empty. The kids weren't there.
I don't know, man. I hated chalkboards.
Oh, strangers in my home? Never. I'd rather die. This is exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
Oh, I was happy to see Skull in the book. I was like, Skull. Oh, my goodness. So what else does it say on your review? Did we miss anything?
No. I just said I learned more about Maud's past, and I like the future that she's mapped out for herself. I want to hear more about it.
And you've got 4 stars over there.
4 stars.
Oh, yeah. You're right about the future thing because what could go wrong? A whole lot in her new adventure.
Yeah, I feel like there's still a lot that we could do. She could write and do the flashbacks to why she likes South Africa, like what happened the first time she visited South Africa that made her fall in love. So
I like it. I like it a lot. And there it is. I gave it a lot of cups of coffee because it's a cute little book.
It's great. It's
pick up the whole shebang, guys. Go from start to that one. We're going to go to this other book that we read and do a tandem review.
I just have to find it.
Oh, goodness. Her page is so pretty in all the purple feels. Purple and green. It's so magical. Rachel, tell everybody what we read.
So this is The Enchanted Greenhouse by Sarah Beth Durst. It is a romantasy. That's how I
did put it in fantasy, and we both read the physical book.
And the publisher is Bramble. And the cover art is beautiful. The book itself is beautiful. Not that that really affects the book, but it always makes you feel a little better putting a beautiful book on your bookshelf that you loved. So
I agree. We had the sprayed edges on this one. I do love the artwork so much, even from the first one. Yes. The first one, the artwork was so great too. So now, your favorite character.
What's her name?
I put Lottie, the sentient rose plant. Yes. Lottie was my
Lottie
favorite.
was so sassy and so fantastic, and I feel like really kept, like, once Lottie was brought back,
Awakened.
brought back to life, whatever you want to call it, like, it was like she was the sassy side character that we needed to keep the running commentary going.
Oh my gosh, the commentary. She was fabulous. I loved Lottie so much. I mean, I don't know if she was your favorite character.
Oh no, definitely my favorite character. Just the I mean, who doesn't love a sassy, sentient rose? And I loved that there were so many
They were
sentient
all
plants in
yes.
this, just because that's what she got in trouble for, was
I'm shaking my head. Yes, people.
creating Kaz. Like, and I really, really hope that in the third book they're reunited. I so want them to reunite.
So remind everybody what the first book is.
So the first book is The Spell Shop. And in the spell shop there is, I'm not giving anything away, there's a sentient spider plant called Kaz.
Because we've already talked about Kaz.
And in the Enchanted Greenhouse, this is not a sequel, but it is set in the same universe. We find out it's the story of Kaz's creator, the librarian who created Kaz.
They're all intertwined together. And when you said it's not a sequel, and then I was reading it, and then I got to the end, and everything was like, the aha moment.
Yeah.
This one made me think of The Labyrinth.
I could see that.
And I just wanted, all these plans to come to life and somehow work David Bowie into the situation, and it be, Jim Henson.
You can't go wrong with David Bowie.
No, but I do think that this has potential. I don't know if it's been optioned for a movie.
I don't know.
But I really think this one would be a great Henson production. I just think that a little different.
Yeah.
Don't CGI this one, guys.
Yeah.
I think this could be better. That's my opinion on it. So what did you have to say in your review?
So in my review, this one was different. And I think I told you this. I started reading it. I was super busy in life. I got 80 pages in and had to put it down because it just wasn't grabbing my attention. I think I was just it was in the middle of the show. There was a lot of stuff going on and I didn't have time and I put it away. And I'm so glad I didn't give up on it and I picked it back up because... And that's what I said. I struggled for the first 80 pages, but once I picked it back up, I was hooked. So that tells me that I was just not in the headspace. It wasn't the book. It was the reader.
And that happens.
Yeah. And I said it was a sweet, feel-good book, a true found family story. What she doesn't... The author never really puts truly... terrible things or events or books or people in her books. Like even in The Spell Shop, like there's bad people and there's bad things that happen, but it's never like, it can always be overcome. So I like that about her. And sometimes we just need to read something beautiful. And that's how I felt about it. She said, I actually wrote this quote down because it was in the afterword and it really hit me. So the author said, I wrote it because I believe there is light after darkness, warmth and wonder to be found even in the coldest of winters, and kindness in the world that can heal us. And to me, like this is the third book I've read by this author because I was lucky enough to read her YA book that's coming out in March, I think. That's her. That's her. She's always looking for the good, always looking for overcoming, and I think that's why I like her books.
She gives you hope.
And it's not terrible not that being turned into a statue isn't traumatic. It absolutely is.
But she didn't die.
So there's no
Right. You still have hope.
Right. And I'm not crying. I mean, it's so different from The Road. I'm not sobbing tears from sadness. I'm crying because
we're overcoming it. We're overcoming it, if that makes sense.
It does. I even said I cried at the end of this
Yeah.
book. This is a great one for a winter read.
Oh, yeah.
This is a great winter read.
because it's snowing through.
And I'll tell you, I was at my mom's.
Oh, yeah.
And I read this right after the spell shop because I needed to know after we talked a little bit more about what this was about. And then I read it every night at my mom's. And then I passed both books to my niece. It really is. She's tapped into something special. I mean, who doesn't want a cat with wings? Please, yes, and thank you.
I know. And the little dragons that are like bees in the greenhouse.
The dragons were great. They were little, I don't know, just little ferrets. They reminded me of ferret personality where they steal the shiny things. But that's what dragons do.
Yeah.
I loved it. I said it captivated, charm, personality.
Were there any quotes that stood out to you?
There's a bunch of quotes. How's the chimney? Can we light up higher? And by we, I mean you, Garland boy, because that's obviously not my thing. She waved her leaves. I don't want to be tender, Lottie. I mean, like, you could give all these kids voices so easily.
I know.
I think all of my quotes are Lottie quotes.
Well, I was just looking at, like, my first two are.
Yeah. Go ahead, read yours next. We'll go back and forth.
We wouldn't ask you to do something you don't want to do, Yarrow said. You wouldn't, Lottie said in a growl. I would.
This one had the best one-liner quote.
Yeah.
So then this is, can we get back to talking about me? As she slapped one of her leaves against the table. Go.
If the rose had eyes to roll, she would have. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I just liked this. Tara and spell check automatically corrected this word, so I'm not even going to say it. But her name, the name of the librarian.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay, so formerly the fourth librarian of the second floor, East Wing of the Great Librarium of Elysium, Jewel of the Crescent Islands Empire, and much more recently, statue made of wood. I wanted to actually know why. Oh, I like this one. The one sentient plant that comes to life, and he becomes a pirate in my eyes.
Oh, yes.
I can help. I eat danger for breakfast. You eat breakfast, I only eat danger.
I love him, and I love that, yes. I'm not going to say anything. Yes.
But this is why I feel like this is such a good thing for Jim Henson to do something with this. What else you got?
Okay, well, the rest of the quotes are a little deep. When you were young, the world seemed gloriously large and life infinite, and you were unaware of your own limitations and the barriers the world could erect in front of you.
Yeah.
But that's why I like this book.
Right, because it takes you from humor to this deep, passionate.
Yeah.
I think mine are just the rest are all, the usual falling off a cliff while naked and being eaten by fly traps, kind of a nightmare, but that's a very specific you nightmare.
Well, and that is, words matter. The right words could heal shattered glass and hearts and families and lives.
I can't tell you my last quote because it'll give away the ending.
Okay.
I'm sorry about that. This whole thing connects everything. I can't wait for the third book.
Me neither.
The sassy pirate plant. I just love his sense of adventure. I love that we're singing. All the plants are singing. And,
I know.
And they sing horribly.
Yes.
They said
they don't always have harmonies.
They don't stop singing. I like that you did get a glimpse of what has happened in the future from the spell shop.
Yes.
Like, I'm trying to think how I wanted to word that.
I know exactly what,
Because they don't tell you, but you get a little glimpse of, like, how are people doing over there. And I again also did the author's acknowledgement as you have already gave us the whole quote. Rachel, you've brought so many great books into my life that I didn't even know I needed or would, enjoy. But as we've been doing this journey now together, it just, you know me so well. When you're just like, Casey, I think this one.
It's just
sweet. I like a good sweet book.
Want some more coffee, honey?
Sure.
Yes. Yes.
I like sweet, and sometimes like not everything has to be heavy. Not everything has to be sexy. Not everything, like sometimes it's just sweetness, and that's a good thing.
Woohoo. And the coffee's still going.
Coffee's going. Thank you. Well then, do we have any other thoughts on the Enchanted Greenhouse?
Just everybody needs to read it. Can't wait for the next one. This is actually one I would probably reread.
Oh.
And I don't say that about a lot of books.
Yeah, I could see myself rereading the Spell Shop and this one before the third one comes out.
I agree.
For sure.
I agree. Because you're
Yeah.
going to want to refresh on all the characters because I have a feeling. All right, let's go to your
So
next book.
since we're kind of in the same vein, why don't we go ahead and do the Faraway Inn?
Ooh, what's the Faraway Inn?
The Faraway Inn is by the same author.
OMG, this is the arc.
Sarah Beth Dirks. This is the arc of her first,
And I can't get this yet.
No, it doesn't come out
the
until.
cover's so beautiful.
Yeah, this is another one you need to read. This is definitely one I'm gonna say, and it's everything that Sarah Beth Dirks is. I believe it comes out in March.
Okay,
It's
I'm
either March or
already on it, putting
It's
it in my list.
Yeah, it's either March or April. The publisher is Delacour. This is a YA fantasy. I read it on Kindle. The cover is beautiful. This has nothing to do with the Spell Shop or the Enchanted Greenhouse. This is, as far as I can tell, in its own world. There's this inn and owned by a woman, and her niece, her great niece, comes to spend the summer with her to help to get away from New York City and the boyfriend who broke up with her. So she can spend the summer trying to get over that and working at this inn. What she doesn't realize is the inn is falling apart. It's in bad repair. Her aunt is overwhelmed. And then, of course, like all Sarah Beth Dirks books, there's a level of magic involved.
Sprayed art.
Yeah.
Art edges, guys. It's
Yeah.
March 31st is the release.
Okay.
The more and more Rachel's talking about it, the more and more I'm like looking at this even deeper.
It's another sweet, that's what I said. I said Sarah Beth Dirks is such a sweet writer. Her stories have so much love in them. They have characters who are trying to move past something and find a real family that will help them heal. This didn't read like a YA book, but it definitely is a YA book.
Okay.
Like it is, but yeah.
Are we
And-
going to say it's more YA adjacent? Or
I mean,
this is
it's
just for everybody?
It's definitely it's definitely written for a teenager. Like I feel like middle school, high school age kid would eat this up, but I also loved it. It was a sweet story about a teenage girl who's looking for purpose. The magic in the story is very unique.
Okay.
Very fun. And I actually really hope that she turns this into a series.
Ooh.
There's definitely an end to the book, but you could definitely see how it could become a series.
Now, have you read, other than what we've talked about, anything
No.
else by her? Because
No.
she seems to have a lot of books out.
Well, she doesn't have a lot of books out. She's got one that she self-published that is now being
Okay.
kind of like The Bones Beneath My Skin by T.J. Klune. It was republished.
Republished with a legit.
Yeah, so she's that one I think is either out or coming out, and then she's got this one in March, and I'm not sure when the third. She's already got the cover because I follow her on the gram and on the TikTok.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
And you gave this one 5 stars.
I gave
She's
this
a
one-
5-star consistency.
it's just sweet, you know.
So the magic, you're saying the magic's different.
The magic's different. The magic is very different.
How can you describe that without giving it away? Different as compared to.
So it's set in the real world. Like the girl lives in Brooklyn. And this is somewhere in the Northeast, New Hampshire adjacent. But the house is a portal, is the good way to say it. So like if you rent a room and open a closet, there's a good chance you're stepping into another magical world.
Ooh,
so
I
there's
love
all
this.
these magical realms that she slowly discovers as she starts working there, and then discovers the other magic and things like that. And that, yeah.
Now I understand why you're saying this could be a book series, but this sounds even more like this could just be a television series.
It's just
that could be wildly
I could
popular.
definitely see it on like Disney Plus, like one of those kind of, yeah. It's just, I keep saying the same word over and over because it's just sweet.
Well, give us some quotes so that way we can feel the feels.
On the plus side, being attacked by a bear would be a unique party story or an excellent college essay application. Can we talk about murder? Can we stop talking about murder and talk about cake instead?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Crunchy is just incomplete peanut butter.
That's brilliant.
Right.
That's brilliant. I want that on a t-shirt, please.
Fake it until you make it. A time-honored tradition for people who are completely in over their heads and know it.
That truth.
And anywhere but where Ethan, the boy who yanked my heart out of my chest and then stomped on it with the enthusiasm of a 4-year-old in tap shoes, was going to be. It was essential to self-care.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I like that we said tap shoe.
Yeah. And then we'll end my quotes with, that's how you achieve happiness, having a purpose in life.
That's
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is just, when it comes out in March, if you like The Spell Shop and The Enchanted Greenhouse, go pick it up. If you know a good teenager in your life who likes kind of magical realism, maybe magical realism.
Oh, that's good.
Because it's set in the real world.
Right.
So maybe not fantasy. Go. I mean, and there's nothing, if you're looking for a good YA book, there is nothing in this book that's above like a good solid 30-second kiss. So you don't need to worry about anything graphic, which is, most of
what she's written about anyway.
Yeah, even in her adult books.
They're very tender.
Yeah.
It's tender love for sure.
So definitely, you don't need to, as a parent, you wouldn't need to worry about this book.
I'm not even going to ask any of our normal questions because I think at this point, like, we already know all the points to hit when we're talking about and reviewing a book. So Rachel's just going to leave us with pre-order it. I just did.
Yeah, definitely grab this one, pre-order it. I
want to grab, you can only pre-order the paperback right now. The hardcover is not on pre-order. No, interesting, right?
Interesting.
But I will get the paperback, and if the hardcover comes, I'll get the hardcover, and then I'm going to mail the paperback up to the Sherburne Inn that we had, because I feel like
I'm sure
she can connect to that too.
And I'm sure Portkey will probably have
that?
the hardback.
Perfect. So we can go to our local independent bookstore and go pick this up. If you love reading and you guys can't wait for this to come out, get your Goodreads in order and apply to be an ARC reader.
Yeah, I don't know if this one is available anymore as an ARC. I actually read this back in September. I was shocked I got this so far ahead of time.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot of the ARCs that I get are being published like in 3 months, so I was surprised that I already got my hands on this one. So I felt very, very lucky and very, very, I was super excited when it popped up. I about peed my pants.
I think when you meet a book, that's how I'm going to phrase this. When you meet a book, it's at the right time for a specific reason for the reader.
Yeah.
That books come into your life. So whatever was happening at your time at that point in life, the book said, you need me now.
Yeah. Because then the very next book that the next book I read was an ARC, and it was a holiday thriller about murders.
Oh my goodness.
But we don't need to talk about that one.
Oh, my stars.
So yeah, this one
I'm
was,
excited.
Yeah.
Sarah, you're doing a great job. I hope we get to meet her someday. Where she
Yeah.
live, do we know?
I don't know where she lives. I would love for her to come somewhere local and we can go see her.
That would be amazing. Just
Yeah.
to be like, thank you for writing something that keeps your heart
It's
alive.
just sweet. Like there's no
Kindness.
brutal warfare. I mean, there is, but not that. Like I don't have the right words to like. It's the same with the Enchanted Greenhouse and the Spell Shop. Like bad things happen.
But we all have those life challenges. That's a life challenge, right?
Yeah, and I feel like every obstacle that comes up, it's about finding a way to overcome it and finding people who become your family.
And support you through those
Yeah.
obstacles. That's
And
really what that's been
sometimes
happening.
they are family, and sometimes they're found family. And I think that's the nice thing about this one is there's family in here, and not just found family, like her actual.
Magical realism. I
Yeah.
think that you said it best. It probably should be a YA magical
Yeah.
realism. I don't. It might change in the genre
Yeah,
as
I don't-
time goes on. So
That's what I went with.
I like it. I like it a lot. 5 stars, guys. Don't
Definitely
miss
5
it.
stars.
All right, what else we got tabbed in your book?
I have the one.
Okay, what's the one? The one. The one.
So this is a series, and I haven't picked up, and this is just the first one I've read. Apparently, it is a TV series on HBO. I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
This is
Author.
classified. The author is John Mars. This is class. I listened to this. Fantastic choice because it's told from several different, like 5 different points of view. So there's 5 different narrators in the audio.
I can't wait to talk to you about that more later.
This is classified as sci-fi or a thriller.
Where do you really think it airs?
I really think it's a cross between the two because
Oh.
it's so much it's this company where you submit your DNA.
Oh,
and
whoa.
They, through this scientific calculation or whatever, they have developed where they will match you with your soulmate through science. This is the person that you were genetically destined
wow.
to be with.
Like, I understand and I enjoy the whole science of things, but I still don't want to meet my significant other on a dating app or through a science tube.
So so many people in the world have started to do this and meet their genetic match. And
In the story, right? Not in real life.
Like,
Just want to
no,
make sure everybody
no,
knows we're still talking about the
That's the
story.
sci-fi. That's the sci-fi
Wow.
part of it.
And you gave it 4 stars,
Yeah.
published by Hanover Square Press. And because I keep track of narrators and you do
Don't.
not, and that's okay. I'm currently in an audio where I have multiple narrators, never done this before.
Yeah.
Is this your first multiple
Oh, no,
narrator?
no.
How do you feel about the multiple narrators?
I like a multiple narrator. I do.
As opposed to somebody trying all the voices.
Yeah, it especially when each chapter is told by a different person or from a different person's point of view. I like that there's a very clear switch. And like, okay, now we're talking about this person. Now we're talking about this person. You know, I like that.
And did you feel that these narrators were quality actors?
Oh, absolutely. It was
Yay.
great. It was great. The narration was great. So it follows 5 people, one of whom is the founder
Of the company.
of the company.
Okay.
Who follows them, some of whom have matched. And that's where the thriller aspect comes in because there are a lot of twists and turns in there as far as.
So this is a drama then. Would you say it's still, a sci-fi thriller, but it's still kind of a drama?
I mean, it's dramatic. That's why I go back and forth between sci-fi and thriller because there are so many twists and turns and things that happen to people that you're like, oh, didn't see that one coming. Oh, didn't see that coming. But all dealing with the idea that they're genetically supposed to be with, or they think they're genetically supposed to be with this person.
Wow.
Because anytime you get humans involved in politics, religion, or science, it can be corrupted. So I said that it was scary, but it was also thought-provoking. Like, is this like...
Because you're not in charge of your own destiny at this point.
Right. And one of the characters, and you learn this right away, he's engaged to a woman, but matches with a man. Like, he and his fiance like jokingly do this, thinking that they're gonna match, and he matches with a man.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then we're not going to tell everybody
I'm not
all
gonna
the spill of where
I'm
that
not gonna
goes.
spill where that goes.
Wild.
But so there's stuff like that where, how do you navigate that? Is it like, is it just a genetic match and you walk away from it?
Now, are they procreating with these matches in this company then? Is there an ulterior motive of why are we matching people scientifically? Is it for money? Or
I mean, you pay for the match.
Or is ultimately the company have a deeper, darker, like...
It's all about money.
It is all about money.
All about money.
The money motivated.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely all about money.
Yeah, because in my mind, I'm like, oh my gosh, so we're genetically matching them, and now these two men, they're gonna have a little baby egg, and they're gonna have like a super science, blah 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 blah.
No, it's
xenomorph.
nothing. It's nothing like that.
Okay.
It's all about the money of,
Wow.
matching and,
Wow.
yeah.
Do people pay for online match apps?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you pay for them.
So this is kind of no different, except that it's genetic testing.
It's genetic testing, and I mean, you could submit your DNA, and you could not you might not match with anybody because your genetic match hasn't submitted
their DNA.
Right.
So wild.
And you could, like, one example is the girl lives in England, her match lives in Australia. So there's different,
Can you match multiply? Can you have more than one match? It's just one and done. Interesting. Wow. So John Mars, who wrote this, your mind, man, obviously it's clever enough to be a HBO thing. So
I've not watched it, so
I don't think you should. I think that everybody should probably read this one first, because I have a feeling, you know how that goes. We lose translation things. Do you have a favorite character in the first book? Or do you think you need more to make that decision?
I need more, just because it wasn't like it wasn't focused necessarily on one character. I think I don't remember the character's name on it. And that's why in the new book I'm going to have a thing with all the characters' names on it.
I can't wait. Our new books are going to be so next level.
I think that the character, the gentleman who was with his fiance but matches with a man, I really enjoyed his character, his story. Like, his story arc was, and every character has like a bump in the road or a twist, or like none of these stories are just straightforward.
Okay. Otherwise, it wouldn't be interesting anyway.
No, but it's literally like 5 different twists and turns. It's X, and I said in here, it's a like the best of two worlds. Like, it's the science and the thriller mushed together.
Which I like that for you, because you're never really always a hardcore sci-fi girl.
Right. And this one was,
So this book, you're reading it. Do you get hooked right away in this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
That's how you know. Quotes. Let's hear them.
If you've got the opportunity to love someone as much as they love you, then grab it with both hands and hold on to it for dear life.
Interesting, because we don't know what the context is of that quote. So is this, a genetic match quote, or is this two people who just, met in person somewhere? Wow.
Like John Lennon said, all I need is love. Yes, but he also said, I am the walrus. So let's not hold too much credence to his pearls of wisdom.
Oh, they're two different pearls for sure.
Yeah. In my spare time, I question how the Galactic Empire built the Death Star without the rest of the universe knowing. Meanwhile, you're out there finding genes nobody knows existed.
That's a lot to digest, that quote. Wow.
How willing we are to give up everything and anyone we hold dear on the suggestion there might be something around the corner.
I hate that.
I know.
I hate that. I love it, and I hate that because that's the whole flaw of humanity. There is like we're always thinking, and we've all done this. I don't know anybody who hasn't. What's the next? What's am I missing out? That FOMO, next best thing.
Yeah.
Is this it?
Something better.
Found
Yeah.
it? This is a very quotable book.
Yeah, and then the last was maybe when you took it back to the basics, that's what love really is. Just being there for someone when the sun rises and sets.
I like that one a lot.
Yeah, it was a thought-provoking, great book.
So you're recommending it because, or who will enjoy it?
Anybody who likes thrillers, anybody who likes science fiction, the idea of gene matching and mutation. If you are looking for a really good audiobook, this is a great audiobook to listen to. I got this one off of Libby, so this is a library book.
Yay.
So yeah, and if you like a book that's a series, I have not read anything else. It's on my...
Have you read anything other than this from this author? Mm-mm. So this is your first introduction to it.
Yeah, and he's written quite a bit, so I'm planning on, taking on...
So how did you get to this book?
It popped up on my Libby suggestions.
Oh, it was a Libby suggestion.
It was a Libby suggestion. Because if you go on Libby now, it's all AI, so however you feel about AI, but you can like say, I'm interested in a thriller that deals with science fiction, and they'll give you like 6 books, 6 things, 6 options.
It's wild to me. I'm going to just briefly take a moment on the AI thing and go, I feel like a week ago, AI was not doing all the things that all of a sudden now a week later, I'm like, holy crap. I just
have a problem with AI. I use it occasionally for work, but I
know.
It takes out the human
element. And correct. And that's...
Which is kind of like with this book, like it takes out the human element of that meeting of someone. Instead, it's who am I matched with, scientifically.
Correct. And there is science behind first love and new love. There's actual chemical endorphins that are being released during those times. But I don't know if I want to experience that the way that your book is saying.
Right.
I like the mystery and the magic behind it. Interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
but if
I'm
you
intrigued.
don't like that, then it takes you the thriller route. So, yeah.
It's enough. There's so much there for everybody.
It really is.
I love it.
This was a great listen. Definitely listen to it.
All right, friends. That's for sure. We're going to put that one on the books.
Yep.
Right now, Rachel has pulled a page that I was like, yes, we have to do this if you have the time, called The Invisible Life of
Addie LaRue, and it's by B.E. Schwab.
4 stars. Oh my stars, for sure.
It's a romantasy. It's published by Tor.
Interesting. Okay.
So I classified it as romantasy. You could probably also classify it as magical realism. It does take place in the real world, but it is definitely magical. So
how did you get to this book first?
Well, I saw it all over TikTok, and then you and I took a trip to Ollie's, and it was there at Ollie's for $4.99.
Guys, wherever you can get your books, not everybody can afford an independent bookstore price. So
I was like, it's a sign because it's been all over my TikTok, and here it is sitting in front of me at Ollie's for $4.99. And it was a hardback. It was a special edition.
Oh
it had
my
like
gosh,
the ribbon bookmarkers attached. Like it was a beautiful book. So I read it. It is the story of a young girl. She's, call it like 22, 23, living in a small village in France in the mid-1600s.
Wow.
And she desperately wants to be anywhere else. She doesn't want to get married. She wants to go live a life. She wants to see the world. She wants to draw. She wants to write. She wants to do all the things. But of course, in the mid-1600s in France, for a female, you need to get married and have children. So on her way to her wedding, she runs away, and I don't have any other words for it besides she meets the devil in the woods and makes a deal with him.
Whoa.
That, of course, deals with the devil are never what they seem. So at that moment in time, she stops aging, but she becomes invisible. So nobody remembers her.
So she can still be seen physically?
So she can still be seen, but the second, so here we are talking, you and I are talking, we just met, we're having a conversation, we're getting ready to know each other. Okay, great, I'll see you tomorrow. I get up and leave, you forget about me. And the next time, and I could walk back in 3 minutes later and you wouldn't know who I am.
Wow. Okay.
So that's
the trade-off for her to do
the
art and writing and traveling?
But here's the kicker. She can't say her name. The words won't come out because then someone might know her or remember her. She can't write because that's permanent. She can't draw because that's permanent. Basically, there's nothing, no sign. That's why she's invisible. No sign of her, no proof that she existed can be found. Except there is. That's part of the story that I don't want to give away.
I'm so intrigued.
How she finds a way.
There's a loophole.
Kind of.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
So the only thing she can do is travel. Based on all the things she wanted.
But
really.
And the first part of the book is really you realizing what comes with this curse is, and of course the devil comes and visits her every year on the anniversary, because the deal is you can have this until you give up. So the second you say I can't do it anymore, then the devil gets her soul. So, I mean, and it's the first like couple years. I mean, if you think about like how going through life where nobody remembers you. Like when this first happened, she goes to see her parents. And her parents don't know who she is.
Wow. It's a lonely life.
Right. And so he shows up every year waiting for her to say, I give up, you win. So he can take her soul.
And you have to read the book to find out, because you're not going to tell us if she gives up?
Not
or what happens?
The reason why I gave it 4 stars is because I didn't like the ending.
Oh, man.
But it's because it wasn't the ending that I wanted. The ending fit, and it fit the book and the characters, but it wasn't the ending that I wanted. So that's why I gave it 4 stars.
I feel like, because this book is how you're describing it, he could have been like, want an alternate ending? Turn the page here. Could you have done that?
Probably. But it
would ruin the whole thing.
It ended in the way it should have ended.
Okay.
I looked into it. I'm like, oh my gosh, is she going to write a sequel? Is she going to write a sequel? And apparently she has no plans of writing a sequel.
She ended this.
I picked up, she's got a couple other books, a couple other series. So I picked up one of those. I'm looking forward to reading that.
Is this her genre?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
oh my gosh, I'm intrigued because I want to know the ending that you wanted. Do you have a favorite character?
Probably, I really, really liked Henry, which she's finally in New York City. I'm not giving anything away either. This is in the front of the book flap in 2022.
Whoa. We're going to go from 1600s to 20.
And you don't just, you cover, she goes through the French Revolution. She goes through World War I, World War II. She goes through it all. But finally in New York City in 2022, she meets Henry, who remembers her.
But that's in the book jacket, and that's the hook.
That's in the book jacket, so I'm not going to give anything other than away, but I really love the character of Henry. I really loved him.
This is the first book of this author you've written?
Yes.
What do you think of the writing style?
Loved it.
Wow.
Really engaging.
What do you know of this author?
this is her genre. She's super popular on Book Talk. So,
Okay.
that's not always, there's lots of things I've seen recommended on Book Talk that I've chucked out the window like right away. So, I've seen this was, my 5-star read of the year and I DNF'd it. So, you can't always
Judge a book by its cover, for sure.
Opinion is opinion,
100%. Because writing is still an art form and art is subjective. So
Yeah.
this we understand. What else did you say in your review about this book?
Except for the last 30 pages. I love this book. It wasn't the ending I wanted, but it was a fitting ending. I loved Addie and Henry. I felt what Addie felt, the desire for more, the desire to live. I understood her stubbornness and her fight to never give in or stop living. I can't read the last sentence.
Okay.
Because that'll give the ending away. But please know the devil is a major character.
Okay.
Those are really the 3 main characters in this book, Addie, Henry, and the devil.
Well, that makes it a little easy to follow.
And his name is Luke.
That's good. It's clever. I like that. That's very clever. How about some quotes?
No matter how desperate or dire, never pray to the gods that answer after dark.
Note to self. Wow.
So that's kind of how the devil comes along. If a person cannot leave a mark, do they exist?
That's a deep one. And I think that's something that people struggle with every day on the daily anyway, because some people their legacy lives on through their children.
Yeah.
And people who don't have children, they're the ones trying to leave the legacy just because.
Once you find out you can do that, but I don't want to give that away.
Okay. Okay.
Food is one of the best things about being alive, which resonated because I love food.
I'm not going to disagree with this statement in any way, shape, or form.
Easy to stay on the path when the road is straight and the steps are numbered.
I don't know if that's the path I want to stay on, though.
Right.
I kind of like the chaos.
And then the last one is because happiness is brief and history is lasting, and in the end, everyone wants to be remembered.
Is that the main idea?
Yeah, absolutely. How can you, especially when you're invisible? I mean, not, you know what I mean? It's she's not physically invisible.
Right,
but
but she cannot be remembered.
Yeah.
Which I don't think was the point initially of what she wanted when she started this whole quest.
No, because she begs. Like it was unique. It
sounds unique.
It's a unique idea, and that what do you do if you disappear from someone's memory the second their eyes are away from you? It's not even just like the next day. It's I'm going to the bathroom and I come back and you're like, who are you? Why are you sitting at my table?
Craziness. Yeah. This makes me think, because you're right, it is a unique perspective, point of view on almost like living forever, right?
I mean, the only way she's going to die is if she tells the devil, I give up. You can take my soul.
Would you pick this or would you become a vampire? Which would you rather? I know.
I don't know. I mean, this was miserable. Like, she's lonely. Like, can you imagine? And it's her stubbornness that keeps her going, because she's not going to give in. She's not going to tell the devil he won. So she's, for 300, 400, 500 years, she's going to keep going and be lonely.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't know, just because of how people have told stories in the vampire world, it seems like they live a lonely existence sometimes also. But really, which is the lesser of the two evils?
I don't know. I don't think I'd want either.
Interesting.
I don't want to live forever.
Interesting.
Like I want to live, I want to see, I want to experience, but
Yet both of these options give you a
think
choice and a way out.
living forever seems almost like a punishment.
To see the people around you, right?
Yeah.
And this one literally disappear the moment you've said the thing.
Yep.
I'd still rather be a vampire because at least I know I just have to step out into the sunlight, assuming I'm not a day walking vampire.
Right.
And it can end, and I'm not, my soul didn't go to the devil. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But this is a very interesting perspective.
That's why I liked it. It was different. I hadn't read anything like this before. So, yeah.
The cover art is interesting. Doesn't lead you into, unless it's something I'm not seeing.
No, it's different than it's the same kind of cover art. So there's 7 stars.
Okay.
And she has freckles on her. She has these 7 freckles on her face. And so that is repeat. The stars and the freckles are important to the story.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So by just looking
it.
at the cover, you wouldn't understand why the stars are there and why they're important.
I didn't even notice that there were stars there, so you got to get into the book more to understand that. All right. Would you do anything different in this book? Other than the ending?
Other than the ending, no.
Okay.
No.
That's all I want to know.
I mean, she does a really good job of, like, you get her frustrate, like, her...
It's so sad this is a standalone, because it sounds like it has potential.
I know, but she has said she's not...
This is not her first book, though.
No.
Okay. So if you want more feels from this author...
Yeah, she's got lots of stuff out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amazing. I like that. And you're recommending this book?
100%. I mean, there's a lot of history in it, but it's also just really kind of thought-provoking of what if no one remembered you? How would you leave your mark?
How are you leaving your mark, people? Let us know. What is it you're doing to leave your mark? Rachel, if this book could whisper a secret to the author, what would it be? Next question.
I can't answer that because I'll give something away.
I see that. Her lips are pursed so hard, guys. How about what would the reader find within the pages they didn't expect?
How hard it would be to function in the world if no one remembered you. Like, literally.
Do you feel more grateful for your existence as it is?
Yes, because this is, and honestly, be careful what you wish for.
Oh, that would probably be the final wisdom.
Yeah, be careful or how you wish for it.
Words have so much power, friends. Your word needs to be impeccable because words have power, meaning, and energy. Words have definition. Without words, our life would be invisible.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it? Well, with that, we're going to just say one more time, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
And we're going to see you next time. That's the ink.
Bye. That's a wrap. Time to close the book on today's episode. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Casey. If you had fun, hit the like, follow, and subscribe. Make sure you click on the bell icon.
You can also email us at spilledinkinccoffeeshow@gmail.com. Send us your questions, tell us what you're reading, or share what we should dive into.
Until next time, keep your coffee hot
and your pages turning.
Bye, guys.